And we also have Representative Shaban Abarim Sharadi. He's the president of the Nigerian Congress, House of Representatives, and he has a network of African parliamentarians for Defense and Security Committees who are going to join us in our forum that we're planning in Botswana. So please go ahead.
Congressman, Kissinger, thank you so much. You actually made our world a better place for your hard work and dedication for the unity and the peace for the next generation to come. My name is Bol Gai Deng, very much representing the South Sudan government in exile, also presidential candidate, South Sudan, December 2024 elections. I'm here today to greet you, the members of parliament around the world, to let you know that South Sudan needs you. We must demand free and fair election in South Sudan, and that would not be possible without your support internationally. So we, the people of South Sudan, are demanding you to support them in this critical election. South Sudan is the youngest nation in the world. South Sudan just got independent in 2011. Bol Gai Deng must be on the ballot. Born in Sudan, sold into slavery in age 7, escaped, sent to Virginia, to the United States of America, and fall in love with liberty and freedom for all. As a candidate, I love peace and prosperity. So we're here to call the world to help enforce freedom, free election in South Sudan. The Kush people of South Sudan are thriving to survive. For freedom to prosper, South Sudan has been a blessed country and proud heritage in the land rich with resources in the Horn of Africa. In 1983, South Sudan had been at war between the North and South. In 2005, Salva Kiir was appointed, not elected, appointed as the president to lead the people of South Sudan for referendum. In 2013, Salva Kiir have created his own war among the tribe of South Sudan. In 2015, Salva Kiir delayed elections in 2018 and as well in 2022. He have actually delayed election in South Sudan. We all know in Africa, most African members who are here today, understand very well Salva Kiir is equal war, and always more war. And we believe as South Sudanese, Salva Kiir is equal war on the people of South Sudan. We also believe Salva Kiir also is equal war for the environment in South Sudan. Salva Kiir is equal war on the economy and is stealing the oil resources. At this moment, Salva Kiir and his Chinese companies are wishing themselves, and the people of South Sudan are poor. Rape of the land, equal massive permanent in South Sudan today. As the member of the United Nations mentioned these quotes, the chair of the UN Commission, Yasmin Saka, said in 2022, as president, South Sudan is a safe haven for those who commit the most atrocities, violence. As a result, nearly 9 million South Sudanese still need a humanitarian assistance to survive. That is staggering. 3/4 of the population of South Sudan being killed, mapped, raped, and made homeless. And we know from other countries that credible truth and justice process in the only way to stop this image. The army of South Sudan and the warlords, President Kiir destroying villages, market, farms, and livestock. People are fleeing to the swamp beside the Nile River in the Unity States, where they hide in the water as much as 12 hours a day. If the people of South Sudan, if the people survive being killed by the army and the warlord, they are starving to death. War and war and more war. War in the north since 1983, then after independence in 2011, Salva Kiir created the war upon the people of South Sudan. Violence, starvation, dislocation, war on the environment, as you see the image. Polluted water, both the facts with West Oil, Chinese oil companies are responsible for the massive land pollution in South Sudan. As you know, the war in South Sudan displaced more than 4.5 million South Sudanese in the East Africa region, Uganda, Kenya, and Ethiopia, and DRC. Uganda alone has 1.5 million South Sudan refugees. For our grateful brothers in the neighboring East Africa region, people of South Sudan greet you for your hospitality, for supporting us in this critical time in South Sudan. The South Sudan war between the North and South began in 1983, war continued in 22 years until truth agreement signed in Nairobi in 2005. 2.5 million people died in that war. Former Sudan Minister, Defense, Paul Manyang Jok, appointed his own friend, Salva Kiir, to become the transitional government in 2005. In 2011, African Union, international community, and the United States of America did election oversee, help South Sudan to vote for separate from the rest of Sudan. Kiir assumed role of head of South Sudan. President promised to call election in 2013 and did create a war among the South Sudanese. Civil war demonstrated adequacy of South Sudan government. Kiir canceled election in 2015, 18, and 2022. The world must pause honest election in December 2024. Salva Kiir, after visit the United Nations General Assembly recently in September, he was very much rejected by meeting Biden. Salva Kiir took off and went to Moscow to meet with Putin. Kiir met with Putin. Before 2005 was war with North Sudan for 18 years. Kiir has continued war, killing, carnage his own people. The United Nations peacekeepers have been sent by Chinese, mostly controlling the United Nations peacekeepers in South Sudan. I will mention this because we knew during the Dr. Martin Luther King quotation, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice in South Sudan is injustice in East Africa. The justice, peace, prosperity in Africa is directly correlated to the justice, peace, prosperity of the United States and around the world. Africa has tremendous potential, faster growing youth population. Africa will continue gaining power. Greater justice is needed now. So this power is in the right hand. Equal justice will have faster development and prosperity to the people. I have been blessed with the opportunity to collaborate with international and local civil organizations in the United States. One is HWPL, is collaborating with the Parliament of several countries to train and equip lawmakers how to strengthen enforceable laws for peace and have strengthened resolution through the declaration of peace and cessation of war that were adopted at the Pan-African Parliament. The September HWPL has had me in the U.S. Congress, Jim Board, and also the African ambassador to the United Nations, met for the first time. And this kind of connection need to be made and utilized in order to strengthen the security in the region of Africa. I'm afraid that the African Union will continue working with the HWPL and the FRICA nation, the Norway and UK and the United States, to press Kiir for honest and free election in 2024. Free and fair election must happen in South Sudan, which is necessary for the peace in the East Africa and beyond. Yet, while I am the peace candidate for the president for South Sudan, Salva Kiir met with Putin, who actually Wagner groups is helping the military coups in the West Africa regions. South Sudan national security, which has been accused by international human rights organizations of human rights abuses several times, arrest former Northern Barkazali State Governor Kwel Agüero Kwel and religious personality like Abram Chol Makir, July 2021. Then in 2023, after Kwel won the case, Kiir had Kwel passport removed. As now, Kiir is under seeking medical treatment. Salva Kiir remove a passport from him, ban him for travel to go abroad to seek medical treatment. Kiir trying to kill Governor Kwel by denying of his life-saving medical treatment. And Martin Luther King I mentioned in the jail when he was in Alabama. Injustice always is a threat to justice everywhere. So the justice of Governor Kwel must be very much demand, and Kwel have to go for medical treatment. We say human trafficking. I'm here going back to human trafficking. We say this, human trafficking, when we shall say slavery. As a former slave running away from Sudan, I don't believe human trafficking is a sound word for somebody surviving slavery in the 21st century. In the world today are more slaves than ever before. Labor slavery, also child slave, and sex slave, women and men and boys and girls, circle slave, dead man working, Chinese lead in the cutting out body part to sell on the black market. 2.1 million for one kidney, equal to US 400,000 US dollars. Let us in the world hand all form of slavery forever. Therefore, I am here with you today, representing the South Sudan government in exile, a grassroots movement among the South Sudanese, advocating for a government by the people and for the people. We network around the world, assemble well-educated leaders who aim is peace, unity, and form the Quick Democratic Majority Party, laying a foundation to build people government, and the work is hard, but the goal is simple. The people of South Sudan shall flourish in their homelands. And the Republic of South Sudan government in exile mission is to reclaim the ability to live stable and productive life in South Sudan by establishing a government of the people with free and fair election. Bol Gai Deng and all the candidates must be on the ballot in 2024. Not only Kiir, a strong man, and his vice president, Warlord Riek Machar. Free and fair election must have from the FRICA members, United Kingdoms, United States, and Norway. Most important, international community and the international community and the United Nations as well as African Union. In conclusion, I will leave you with Martin Luther King's dreams. As a young man that sold in slavery at age 7, ran away to be free in the United States, learn and love liberty and freedom, now running for the president of South Sudan in December 24, I have a dream. With the world newest nation, South Sudan, the biblical land of Kush, will have a new birth of freedom, peace, and prosperity, and also become the world leader to end all slavery forever. May God bless you, and looking forward for next event. Thank you. Bol Gai Deng.